How do you stop feeling tired when you wake up every single morning? Do you get out of bed, wake up, struggle, do you hit the snooze button feeling like, man, I wish I could just stay in bed a little bit longer? I live here in Seattle. Right now, it's late afternoon and we have this awesome light, which is a little bit more rare this time of year. But as the days get shorter, the sun doesn't rise till 7:30, 8. I'm out of bed 6:30, and it's tough to feel alert and awake. Being north of the equator, we get longer days in the spring and summer, right? The sun can rise around 6 a.m. Sun might set around 9:30, even 10 p.m. at the peak of summer. And it's a lot easier to feel alert and awake. So I want to give you a few tips on how to wake up feeling more alert. And even once you wake up, how do you shake off that grogginess once you are awake? First, I want to discuss, why do we wake up feeling tired? So normally, let's say you're getting a good night's sleep and you wake up. There's a hormone, a neurotransmitter, there's a gland in your brain called the pineal gland. It releases something called melatonin. Maybe you've heard of it. If you're jet lagged, you might take melatonin, but our bodies make it naturally. So when you wake up and it's still dark, you are feeling a little bit groggy, usually because that melatonin is still in your system. And what's the thing that helps you decrease the amount of melatonin in your system? It's actually light, just like this. Sunlight, bright light. So if you don't get that dose of sunlight in the morning, you're going to feel a little groggier, because our eyes actually have a very cool receptor. It's called melanopsin. And this was just discovered a handful of years ago. The whole field of optometry, ophthalmology, the study of vision, the scientists didn't realize that there weren't just rods and cones to see color, but we actually have this melanopsin that senses light. And this melanopsin has a very important function. It sends a signal to our brain telling us whether it's night or day. And if you've ever heard of the circadian rhythm, that is the cycle of the 24-hour cycle of night and day. All nature has evolved in order, around the cycles of night and day. You think of plants, animals, there's nocturnal animals, there's animals like us, human beings, where generally we're more active during the day and we sleep during the night. So what's one of the biggest problems now with technology, this phone, your iPad, your computer, your TV? Any time of day now, we have light. You turn on your lights, you turn on your TV. So it actually confuses our body. Our eyes are sensing the light when it should be dark. And what's the problem with that? Well, the thing that creates the melatonin, or signals to our body that it should make melatonin, the thing that helps you sleep, we know that melatonin helps reduce anxiety and stress. It literally helps you reboot for the next day. So if you have a lot of light at the wrong times of day, light at night, you're not going to sleep well. Then when it's dark in the morning, you're going to wake up feeling groggy. So the key is to have the right amount of light that's in sync with our natural circadian rhythm. So how do we do that? So just a couple simple tips. So I think waking up feeling alert starts the night before. If you're not getting great sleep, of course, it doesn't matter how much light you're getting in the morning. It's going to be tough to wake up. It's going to be tough to feel alert. So here's a few tips. Number one, start reducing the amount of light in your environment a few hours before bed. Think about it. When you go, if you've ever gone camping, it's easier to feel sleepy because you're by the campfire. It's this warm glow. It doesn't have the blue light that is usually more characteristic of the afternoon sun or the daylight. And the type of light that comes from often are screens, the light bulbs, like the bright light light bulbs have a lot of blue light. So even if you're not staring at your computer or your cell phone watching this video on YouTube, if your kitchen lights, like these, if they have fluorescent bulbs or light bulbs with a lot of blue light, it's going to signal to your brain that it's daytime, and your body doesn't make melatonin, so then you don't feel sleepy, and then you wonder why I'm a night owl and you can stay up till midnight, 1, 2, even when you know you should be sleepy. It's often because we have too much blue light at night. So start turning down the lights. You might even want to change out your light bulbs. That's one of the things I'm doing, is changing out my light bulb so that there's less, it's a warmer, more orangey glow light bulb with less blue in that light. Yeah, it's a thing. There's a lot of science behind it. So changing out the light bulb. If you can't do that, start turning down the lights. Don't have all the lights on in the evening, but start turning them down. Another source of blue light are your screens, your cell phone, your computer, your TV. And I know it's tempting. You can watch Netflix all night long, watch YouTube. You might be working till the late hours of the night. So I'm not immune to having to do work in the evenings, or sometimes there's things I'm catching up on, content I didn't have a chance to read or watch in the evening. So you can actually wear a pair of blue light blocking glasses. See how they have this yellow orangey tint? They look awesome. You can get them from anywhere from $15 on Amazon to up to like $100. But there's different degrees of how well they block out the blue light. But I usually put these on if I'm in front of my screens in the evening. Think 8 p.m. after dinner. And if I need to be in front of a screen, I am trying to keep as much blue light from entering my eyes as possible. So that's one way, and you'll find that it's easier to feel sleepier in the evening. I wouldn't wear these during the day because you want the blue light to feel more alert. That's one of the things that I think a lot of people don't actually address. And so finally, the opposite of that. So if you want less blue light in the evening, the first thing you want to do in the morning is go outdoors. So here in Seattle, it gets a little tough during the winter and fall because it's so gray. But even if it's gray and overcast, there's still light coming from the sky. If I can't do that, I actually have a ring light that's a bright white light. The light temperature is measured in Kelvin. You might see like 2700 K, that's a warm light, or a light bulb that's like 5000 Kelvin, 6500 Kelvin. Those have more blue light. So I'll stand there on my Zoom calls, have my ring light on during the early mornings, and it's just because it's a little bit dark, but I feel more awake because I have that blue light. So you can use the blue light to feel more alert when you want to feel alert, and you want to diminish and reduce the blue light in the evenings when you want to feel more restful and prepare your body for sleep. So that's a few ways to feel more alert and less tired when you wake up. You want to get your body in sync with the natural rhythms of night and day. Often, some of the things that you're going to do are cheap or free to make those changes. So that is just one thing to address in your environment: the light, the amount of light, the quality of light, and timing it along with the cycles of night and day. And that will help you sleep better and wake up feeling more alert. Of course, there's other things involved with sleep. Sleep is a very complicated process and very necessary. But even if you just try this one thing, I'm sure you'll get better sleep and you'll wake up feeling more rested. And when you get light during the day when you're supposed to, you're gonna get back in sync and your body's going to feel more energized when it needs to be. So hope that helps. Comment below if you've tried this. Comment below and ask your questions. Subscribe if this was helpful, and I will address more questions in future videos on how to feel more energized, sleep better, and make the most of your day. All right, take care, and I will see you in the next video.